Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So the crypto market recovering a little bit today, Bitcoin trading at 10,358 approximately, up 2.56%. Ethereum 185, boy, down under the 200 mark, trading at 185.73, up 0.99%, and XRP trading at 0.265, up 2.06%. The market cap at 268, holding steady there, and Bitcoin dominance just shy of that 70% mark, guys. And as you can see, the trend on the hourly, this is Bitcoin on the hourly, by the way, we are seeing within this micro trend, we are seeing lower, or rather higher lows, okay, higher lows, right, and higher highs, okay, at least within the micro trend. So it's looking like we are moving upward. XRP, let's put XRP on the hourly. We saw a bit of a surge last night at about 1 a.m. And now still hovering at the higher end, at least, of this demand zone, hovering roughly right now at 26.5, so 26.5 cents. That's good. At least we're not down here at the 24-cent mark. We kind of dipped down into that zone, we rebounded, and now we're kind of hugging that upper echelon of that. So I like the sound of that. This in the news, Parabolic Bitcoin bull run not over yet, says Wall Street Strategist. So the Fundstrat co-founder and head of research Tom Lee says Bitcoin is consolidating after a big run in its first half of 2019. In a new interview with Fox Business, Lee says the question of whether Bitcoin is a safe haven asset has already been answered in countries like Venezuela, Colombia, and Argentina, where people have turned to BTC amid economic turmoil and hyperinflation. So whether you believe it or not, Bitcoin has already been considered that hedge against the stock market, guys. We have seen a huge gain. I'll put it on the daily here. We've seen a huge gain since the beginning of the year, okay, since the winter, when it took a dip back in December 2018 and then was hovering in that $3,500 mark. Huge gains. We've seen nothing but huge gains ever since, okay? And yes, there is a bit of a correction here, but guys, going back and to put your mind at ease, because you know, it's hard to put things into perspective. Look at these corrections back before the bull run of 2017. Similar patterns here, okay? We saw huge moves up for Bitcoin and then huge dips right back down. Could you imagine if you saw Bitcoin trading at 2,700, it going up to 4,900, okay, and then dipping right back down to about 2,900 or 2,800, losing all this momentum, losing all that traction. Well, we're seeing the same thing here, right? We saw Bitcoin trading at the 8,500, moved all the way up to about 14, and then we saw it dip down back to another low of about 91. So guys, higher lows on those longer time frames is what you should be focused on. So what does Tom Lee say? You can see it in the markets where the turmoil is. The local Bitcoin prices tend to surge and trade at a premium because people are trying to find ways to protect their money. In December, Bitcoin was at 3,000, so it's done very well this year. It's really uncorrelated to equities, to bonds, so it's a good diversification hedge. And I think it's just resting. It's had a big move and it's consolidating, and this is a good chance to get more. My sentiments exactly, I agree with Tom Lee. It's just resting right now, guys. This is a correction pattern right now. It feels like it's about to collapse because we have not seen Bitcoin at this type of price point yet, where it's corrected in such magnitude. But so last time we saw Bitcoin at around this price was back in November 2017 when it was doing its bull run thing. But guys, rest assured, we are in for a wave of Bitcoin movement to the upside, especially if we are kind of in the same kind of holding pattern, you know, after we saw the momentum in 2017, the correction, and then look at this from November 13th all the way to December 17th. Pretty much nothing but upswings. I mean, there were a few red days here and then a couple of deep dips here, but mostly green here, guys. So the parabolic run will continue, according to Tom Lee. Lee says he believes Bitcoin's parabolic movement this year is not over yet, and BTC may hit new all-time highs by the end of the year. Wouldn't that be great? Guys, I'll link this in the description if you want to read it further. This too from Bakkt. Bakkt's Bitcoin futures contract gets a green light from the CFTC and will be launched on September 23rd. Could this influence the Bitcoin price as well? Kelly Loeffler, the CEO of Bakkt, announced that the much-awaited institutional platform will be making its debut on September 23rd of this year. The announcement was made after the platform received a green light from the U.S. Commodities Futures Trading Commission, which the entire community has been waiting for since the start of the year. We heard it in January. January, that it was going to happen in January. Then it was pushed to March, I believe. There were probably a few other dates, I think July. Now finally, they're stating Bakkt will approve the Bitcoin futures on September 23rd. So notably, this news comes in right after the institutional platform announced that the testing of Bitcoin futures would begin in July. The blog stated, our contracts have already received the green light from the CFTC through the self-certification process, and user acceptance testing has begun. With approval from the New York State Department of Financial Services to create Bakkt Trust Company, a qualified custodian, the Bakkt warehouse will custody Bitcoin for physically delivered futures. Guys, I always link all the articles in the description. Essentially, I wanted to get to this today, and I thought this was kind of good, but also kind of, okay, XRP records high hype to activity ratio as overhyped coins record low trading volumes, GitHub activity. Now, this has to do with the hype in the community, and I know there are a lot of people divided saying that us YouTubers deliver hype for coins that don't deserve hype. Well, let me tell you something. I'm not on YouTube talking about Linkcoin. I'm not on YouTube talking about Holochain. I'm not on YouTube talking about Tron for that matter, okay? A lot of people are pushing certain coins because there had been a period of time when those coins surged. And let's look at Link, for example, because I've been getting some comments about that, and people are just basically trolling. But, you know, when Link was doing this huge move upward, this is Link USD, it went from, $2 and change all the way up to $5. And then it has seen a huge crash down. I believe we saw the same with Holochain earlier this year. There are hype coins and there are coins that deserve to be recognized, and I believe, truly I believe, most of my crypto investment, by the way, is in XRP. So I am not saying anything that I do not truly believe in. Let's get into this article though and talk about this a little further. A recent report by the TIE.io highlighted overhyped cryptocurrencies on Twitter, and the details are not surprising. Less popular cryptocurrencies with low trading volumes exhibited high hype to activity ratios on Twitter. The hype to activity metric measured the hashtags of tweets each crypto has per 1 million in trading volume. Wow, very scientific. I'm being facetious if you guys can't tell. After a thorough investigation of 450 cryptos, the main highlight of the report was a high tweet volume of trading volume ratio for XRP, the third largest cryptocurrency by market cap, while the ratio for other top coins remained relatively consistent. So what does this say? XRP being hyped more than other coins because people are tweeting more about it? Well, XRP's hype to activity ratio was significantly higher than other large coins, even after ignoring popular hashtags like XRP Community, XRP the Standard, and XRP Army. When included, the hype to activity ratio rises 6.66. According to the report, around 33% of those tweets had the aforementioned hashtags. So they're talking about tweeting and how that has to do with hype. So in this case, I believe Twitter, YouTube, it's all part and parcel of the community, right? We always, here's my Twitter homepage, and I follow tons of people, a lot of people that I find have good information in the community, and I follow them, and the community is quite big, right? And the fact of the matter is, I think that this is a chicken and an egg issue, because the reason the community is huge is because the coin has so much opportunity and so much going for it. I don't think that it is suggesting that because of hype, XRP volume activity occurs. I think it's the other way around, if this is making sense to you guys. The reason there are so many people tweeting with hashtags about XRP and YouTubers talking about XRP, right? People writing blogs and articles about XRP is not because they want to hype a coin that is crap. It is because the coin is the only coin, and I've said this numerous times, it's the only coin in the crypto space currently that has a team behind it with money, because money's important, let's not forget, and a focused plan, a laser-focused plan in order to help adoption along. Now, sure, if you were a newbie into the crypto space and you were to, go on to Twitter or go on to some of our YouTube videos, you might get really excited because of all the things we're talking about. But all the things we're talking about are merited because these are things that are happening in the space. It's not just hype. It's not just somebody tweeting out, hey, linked coin did a huge jump. You should get on top of it because it's great for these reasons. Well, if it were so great, we'd hear more about the company, we'd hear more about the projects, we'd see more about it in the news, it'd be ranking higher on CoinMarketCap, there'd be more trading volume, all this stuff. So when I think hype, I think hyping a coin that really doesn't have any potential versus hype, in quotes, talking about people on Twitter, people on YouTube, talking about a coin that has a boatload of potential, namely XRP. And I think this tweet illustrates my point very, very accurately. This from XRP_Canada. That's at XRP_Canada on Twitter. An incredible example of what Ripple and XRP will do to fix an archaic, broken model and usher in a new era of global remittances. XRP community, you are holding on to digital gold. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. So much thanks, XRP_Canada, for sending this to me. And he retweets Cryptopolis' tweet here. So this is from at Cryptopolis_X on Twitter. I was making a wire transfer at my bank. I told the CSR about Ripple and XRP. She said that one customer is a doctor who regularly sends large payments, greater than $25,000, to India a few times a year via SWIFT. The last time he sent was December 2018. It got to his family in July 2019. Can you believe the embarrassment? So if that doesn't paint an accurate picture of how Ripple and XRP can improve the ecosystem, I don't know what does. I know this might be biased, but do you guys think that XRP is being overhyped in terms of real-world utility? Or do you think the social activity surrounding XRP is merited to get more people interested in the cryptocurrency that will likely one day hold the most value in the future? I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I want to hear your comments. See you in the next one, guys.